Go. So the basic idea here is to first of all set up the planes. So to set up the planes, we just open up a sketch and we just draw in our vertical trace on it. So I'm going to draw a line, and depending on whatever angle we have for our vertical trace, that's going to be our trace like that. I'm just going to stick him there to the corner point like that, and whatever angle you have. So let's give it an angle. I don't know. On your drawing there, what does it look like there? Just give it, is it 45 or 30? Is it 30? Let's say 30. So there's our line like that. So that's our vertical trace drawn in. Then I'm going to open up a new sketch on the horizontal plane and do exactly the same thing, making sure that I fix it to the common point with the previous one like that. And let's say, again, let's just say that's our guy like that. So that's my vertical trace solved, my horizontal trace solved. I wanted to draw in my cutting plane. So I'm going to go into features. I'm going to create reference geometry. I'm going to click on plane. And all I'm going to do is just go click 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. And that puts in my cutting plane there like that. So click OK. And if you actually want the cutting plane to be as a separate part, what you can do is you can actually just open up a sketch on that plane, go sketch, and then just using your traces go 1, 2, 3, and then just maybe using spline then just create a guy like that. And then just go features, and actually I'm just going to go insert. I'm going to make this as a surface, and just go plane here. So that just fills it in as a surface like that. So there's a surface like that. I'm just going to click on the appearance, and I'm going to just surface like that, and I'm just going to maybe make it orange, and I'm just going to go into the advanced settings. I can create make it transparent. So if I go to advanced settings, go into illumination, you can either make it brighter with your luminous intensity, or you can just make it transparent. So it gives a better idea that it's a sheet of glass or something like that. So that's our object, like so. What I want to do then is I want to split this solid here using this surface. So if you go up into insert, and I can't remember which one it is here now. Yeah, split. So insert features, and then down to split. So your trim tool, exactly the same in CAD. You need a line to trim with. So in this case, we need a surface. So I'm going to select the surface like that. So that's my surface plane. My target bodies then is the actual solid. And because we have him as his own solid, it won't automatically take the vertical or horizontal plane. So if I take him like that, and then I want to cut that, sorry, select bodies. There it is there, so loft. Cut the bodies. And you can see down here in the resulting bodies, you can decide which one you want to keep. So I could have it that it cuts away the top, or I can have it that it keeps the bottom, keeps whichever one I want. So I think if I click OK on that, specify by, let's just select both of them. So I'm going to keep both of them. So it doesn't look like much, but if I go over here now and right click on it, I can use my little goggles there like that, or glasses, to hide it, and you can see there's our cut surface there like that. So it's pretty straightforward. If you want to create your auxiliary, so there's our bodies over here. You can see split, solid bodies. If I right click on it, show it then again. If I want to create an auxiliary so that it's going to look, this is what we're doing. We're creating an auxiliary looking at as an edge. You can set up a view as a standard view so that you can just click a button and it'll automatically go to that. To do that, you need to go features, reference geometry, and create a plane. So if I select my horizontal plane here and then just select the point at the very end of it, let's see, there. See the way it's creating a plane that's at 90 degrees to the line. That's the direction we're looking in at. So if I click OK to that, and with that plane just hit spacebar, look in normal to it. See the way that's our auxiliary. If I hit spacebar again, there's this little button here, new view. So if I hit that, save the new view as auxiliary. So OK. And anytime you go into your drawing, so let's say we have it like that, we want to go back to that auxiliary. If I hit spacebar, see the auxiliary is saved as a standard view. So very, very handy. And if you want to make a recording of it afterwards, you can just, it'll automatically go to that. You can just hit it and it'll move to it, so you can make a video of it. And then you can see, you can just right click, hide him. There's our body been removed away. If you want to create an auxiliary, so let's say I want to draw in the auxiliary like what you're after creating. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and create my auxiliary plane. So I'm going to create a new plane, reference geometry, plane, parallel to plane 3 here. Let's flip the offset. So let's go back into our piece. So let's draw it the way you would draw it on your sheet. Oops. So let's say it's going to be here. Here's where my auxiliary plane is going to be. So maybe just right click and hide him just for the moment. Right click, hide him for the moment. Just get rid of all the other kind of things. So here I have just plane 4 like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by going sketch, and I'm just going to draw in my auxiliary plane. So I'm just going to move in from the front, and let's say there's my auxiliary plane here like this. So there's my sheet of glass, features, extrude him back through the piece like that. Maybe give it 1 millimeter, make him very thin, make it look like a sheet of glass. And you can see I'm going to click I don't want it to merge with the other one. I'm going to make sure it's a separate body. So uncheck merge result. So there's my auxiliary plane. If I want to then take my object and project it onto it, I'm just going to open up a sketch. Just going to right click, show. So there's my entire object. Right click, sketch onto that. And let's say I want this surface here. So I can click the surface, go in my sketch tab, convert entities. And that's the sketch drawn for you. I don't have to redraw it. And then if I want that to appear on the surface, what I do, or what I find very easy to do, is just features, extrude emboss or base, and just extrude it out a little bit like that. So, and again, I don't want it to merge. So it's going to be its own separate thing. So click OK. And again, because it's on merge, I can right click on it. I can go down here, I can make it appear, make it disappear. So when you're explaining with the actual model, you can make it appear as you want it. So that's our sketch there. We want the bottom of it as well. So I'm going to open up a new sketch. Select the bottom surface, convert entities. And I'm going to, again, features, extrude emboss or base. And because I don't want it to be the same distance, I want to actually leave a slight little gap here. I want to see that line between the two. I don't want the two coming. Well, I suppose I could actually just, if I leave the two there together, it's actually okay. So if I unmerge it, that'll still actually leave the line. So there's my sketch there like that. And so as we look into that, so space, click into our auxiliary. This is what we see, and you can see there it is on our auxiliary, and I can do the same with the opposite side to finish off my auxiliary like that. If I want to do the same, I'm not sure will it do the same with the let's see, sketch. If I select the edge of this guy, maybe I don't know that he's going to do the same with the plane. Convert entities. Oh, it does, yeah. So there's the edge view of my plane. So as he's projected onto it, and that's our guy there like that. I mean, you can tidy it up by kind of doing the same thing with this. You know, right clicking on it and you know, or sorry, get rid of the sketch. You can right click on it and change the appearance of it so that it's that. Actually, a handy little tip when you are using appearances. Say I want this guy here to be the same as my plane here like that. If I right click on him, and instead of, I can just copy, should I say, copy appearance like that. So, and then right click, paste the appearance, and I can decide whether I want to apply it to the face, the actual body, or the body itself. So there it is, the body. You can see it's applied that appearance, so you don't have to go scrolling back through things like that. And that's the same as our guy like that. Same thing applies if I wanted to put in my front elevation. I could just select this guy here and just convert entities that back to get my front elevation. But that's our guy there like that. And actually, let's just one last thing. Because some people find it difficulty, you know, with our point P. Would I be right saying that that's where people find a bit of difficulty? Point P going from our front elevation into our auxiliary when we're drawing in the plane, cutting through it. Well, all we're doing there is just, let's just say sketch like that. I'm just going to take a point on the line here, like so. There's where my point P is going to be. And this is features, extrude it out. Don't merge it. There's our point P on the plane. As I would look in the front. Oh no, pardon me. Edit sketch. There he is on the vertical trace of that. You can see there's P, like so. When we look from above, you can see there's where point P is on the back wall. So that's what we've done in our front elevation. We have them on the vertical trace, and there we drop them down onto the XY line. But that's it. There's our plan view. There's where point P is, as seen on the plan view. There's our XY line, like that. And then you can see as we go into our auxiliary, you can see, well, he's not quite on it yet, but he should actually still be on the trace like that. So just slightly off of there. But that's the reason why we're following P through our various views. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Is there any questions just on that, or even on this other